You can do whatever you want to do. No progress will show, no measurable progress will show unless and until you deal with your paradigms. Now what are paradigms? I know paradigms is a bit of a buzzword. Everyone is using it, you hear it wherever you go. But what are paradigms really? And it is true, it is affecting our daily lives. Paradigms are those belief systems, dogmas, so to speak, that we have been fed when we were young. Example, your mother's fear. You spent your early years on your mother's lap, and whatever your mother feared, you have inherited from her. Your father's insecurities, because you spend a lot of time with him through your early years. It's in the Judaic culture, Muslim culture, Christian culture, wherever you go. The Protestants, in fact, it was Calvin the Protestant who said it so nicely. He said, give me a child below the age of 7 and I'll turn him into a good Christian for the rest of his life. What is he saying? I will indoctrinate the child at that age, because at that age we are most susceptible to learning or to understandings that we will eventually live by for the rest of our lives. So those are the paradigms that is forced into us, or that is passed on to us during those early days of our life. So paradigms are basically a multitude of habits or a belief system that we can't get rid of. We become addicted to that. So you try all your life to rid yourself of fear, but you're unable to do so because it is registered in the subconscious mind. And we are doing things that is in the conscious mind. We're trying to make changes in the conscious mind. Now to some extent that can work, because what is required, you have to repeatedly do the thing that you want to do in order to achieve. So let's say, for example, you want to focus on success. You want to earn money. You try all your life to earn money. You go into one business venture, into another business venture, into another business venture. But the problem is, you're not making it big time. Why? You've got a self-belief or a negative belief that is holding you back. And it could be stemming from your mother's insecurity, because your mother always, throughout the years when she was raising you, she was fearful that, will we have enough? Will I be able to support my children? And that fear she passed on to us. And it was registered into the subconscious mind. Let me use an example of what the subconscious mind really does. The subconscious mind is like a cassette player, CDs in our age. The CD that was already recorded on, and in your early days, it was recorded during the first 7 years of your life. We live every day by playing the same CD over and over and over and over and over and over again. We are not taking a brand new CD and commit to recording new information that is relative to your well-being, relative to your survival on the planet at this time. So, changing a paradigm, how to change a paradigm, is basically saying, I am going to insert a brand new CD into the hard drive of my mind. And I'm going to consciously decide that I'm going to reach for better, for greater. And when you do that repeatedly, they say permanent change happens within a 21-day period. I'll say, to make sure that it really does change, give it a 90-day period. Commit yourself to the process completely, totally. And for 90 days you focus only on achieving success, or only on achieving money, or only on achieving whatever the goal is that you have in mind. And you commit to that process. You will begin to see that you are recording a brand new CD in the hard drive of your own mind, and thereby changing the paradigm. Let's, for example, say, I think it was Michael Jordan who clearly stated, he said that he was contracted to do a TV ad where they asked him that he's supposed to, in basketball, he's supposed to dunk the ball, but he must miss the net, he must miss the basket. He had to practice in order to miss the ball, the basket, because he was so programmed to making the basket that he had to unlearn how to not make the basket. That was his paradigm, a paradigm that he's recorded on for himself. We can do the same thing. Paradigm changing is as easy as remembering a phone number. You meet a friend of yours and the friend says, listen, you call me, and you don't happen to have a pen. And at that time you say, okay, well, I'm going to commit the number to memory. What do? You repeat the number a couple of times. And eventually one day, you may be waking up in bed or you're standing in the shower or something, and all of a sudden the number comes to your mind. Why? You have recorded it onto your memory bank. Sorry, shit. You got this out. Sorry. Okay, so that is basically the shifting or changing of paradigms, whereby you empower yourself consciously. You say to yourself, first you make an intention. You intend that this is what I want to do. I want to record a new CD, DVD, whatever. After intending, you concentrate. And your concentration could be in the form of taking action, immediate action. It is Anthony Robbins who said, he never leaves the scene of the decision-making process without taking some form of action towards its realization. Which means don't get up. Don't do anything until you have taken some form of action that is toward the goal that you set for yourself. If you say to yourself, I want to earn money, before you leave that room, when you make that decision, that intention to earn more money, write it down. Or sit down and visualize how your life is going to be. Minute action. But once you commit to it, you are storing it into the subconscious mind. And all you now have to do is to feed that seed by maybe 5 minutes every day, 10 minutes every day, as long as it's comfortable for you. Think about the same thing again, or write it down every day. One of the other things about goal setting, which is one of the things that how people don't really do, is write down immediately what you intend doing. Take down a pen, pick a pen, write it down on a piece of paper. And as you are writing it, you see in your mind what it is that you want. Red BMW. For God's sake, red is a nice color, but let's say you go for red. Red BMW. You see a red BMW, you see the mags of the car, you see everything and you're writing it down. If you were to write that down for at least 90 days, I have no doubt, somehow, someway, a red BMW is going to start showing up for you. Because what you basically do, you put it into the part of the brain that is called the reticular cortex. The reticular cortex accepts the idea or accepts your intention, it accepts your desire. And what happens? It's going to make you see a red BMW from every corner, or at least a BMW. It's going to be the one that is. And why is it doing that? To tell you that as much as you want me, the BMW wants you. And that is why you see it in time. Reticular cortex.